What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Joey Suggs here. Welcome to today's video and welcome to a meal prep video, a little bit of a grocery haul, a little bit of meal prep. I'm gonna be taking through my essentials for meal prepping on like a Sunday night. That sets me up with a couple really nice meals throughout the week that I can just pick from there. We're already here at the grocery store. Let's get in and let's grab some groceries. First things first, we're gonna start out in the meat section. When it comes to chicken, I switch it up quite a bit between whether I'm getting thighs or breast or tenderloins, but I've really been liking the thin cutlets recently. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab probably 2 or 3 of these. Up next, we'll grab some ground beef. I get as lean as I can get, and this is 93.7, which is pretty solid. And to mix with the ground beef, I'm gonna grab some ground turkey as well. This is 99.1 fat-free ground turkey, so really good there. Also, always gotta stock up on fat-free cheese whenever you get the chance. All right, moving into the carb section, I'm gonna grab some of this jasmine white rice to cook up. And I don't have pasta all that often, but when I do, I normally just go with the ready pasta. 310 calories in this entire bag, so like a really good serving size too. All right, and to add some flavor to the rice, I think I'm gonna try cooking it in chicken stock. It's gonna add flavor and it's also gonna add some protein. All right, I know y'all are gonna slaughter me for this, but some hard boiled eggs, they're expensive. Actually not too bad, but they're also really handy too. All right, a morning time essential, just some quick oats, and we'll grab some sugar-free syrup to go with it. For breakfast, you can never beat having some yogurt on hand. I like these Oikos 000, 15 grams of protein, only 90 calories, so that's pretty solid. To go along with our oatmeal, we'll grab some Fairlife fat-free milk. All right, when it comes to veggies, cannot go wrong with just your standard steaming bag broccoli cauliflower. I'm also gonna grab some green beans that I think I'm gonna cook in the pan with some asparagus. Back into the carbs, I've been obsessed with normal potatoes, just like your normal russet potatoes, as well as sweet potatoes, both like fully baked and or chopped up. So I'm gonna get a little bit of both of them. Bags secured. I'd tell you guys the price, but it wouldn't make any difference because I have a lot of stuff at home, so it doesn't really matter. I would say roughly if I had to buy everything, it'd be like 120, maybe 150 bucks total. But regardless, groceries picked up. Let's go make some food. All right, groceries here. Perry's actually cooking as well. So we got 2 chefs in the kitchen tonight. I'm gonna start out with some of the stuff that takes a little longer to cook up. So I'm gonna be starting out with some rice. All right, we're gonna be starting out with this big old rice cooker. And I'm gonna use the entire container of chicken stock. It's 4 cups, and in those 4 cups, each cup has 20 calories and 4 grams of protein. So pretty much all protein. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour the entire thing in. And now for our rice, like I said, just some good white jasmine rice. Since we did 4 cups of chicken stock, we're gonna do 2 cups of rice, and a quarter cup is 45 grams. So we're gonna do, what is that, 360 grams? Yeah, 360 grams. All right, so I ended up at 370, but that'll be totally fine. I'm gonna give it a quick stir and then just put it on the white rice setting and come back when it's done. All right, and about 40 minutes later, we have ourselves some chicken flavored protein rice. And just so you know, it's delicious. Extremely hot, but it has a really good, like very subtle chicken flavor, but more of just like a salty seasoned flavor. It adds flavor, adds a little bit of protein. It's kind of a win-win. All right, next up, all I'm gonna do is just dump it into a container so that way I can pick from it when I need to. All right, up next, we're gonna be making the oatmeal, and I'm gonna be making it in 1 big bowl and then transferring it into 4 serving size bowls for some overnight oats. And for the overnight oats, we're gonna start with quick oats, and we're gonna do 200 grams, so each serving is right at 50 grams. And because I absolutely love cinnamon, I bought some Ceylon cinnamon, some like special kind, supposed to be better for you. I'm gonna add a lot of that. All right, that ended up being like 3 grams. I'm also gonna do like a little dash of salt. Typically I would use pink salt, but I don't have any. So this is like thick kosher salt, which is not what I recommend. But if it's all you got, it'll work. All right, I'm gonna give this a quick stir. Up next, we're gonna add our sugar-free syrup. This is literally just for flavor. So add as little or as much as you like. All right, and now time to add in our milk. I normally just eyeball it, but for tonight, I went with right around 500 grams. Up next, to add even more flavor, we're gonna add some of Transparent Labs vanilla peanut butter protein. Not only is it gonna add a lot of flavor, but it's also gonna add a lot more protein. I'm gonna do 4 scoops, so 1 scoop for each serving. All right, and next up, we're just gonna go ahead and stir this until it's completely combined and your protein mixes with the mixture. By the way, if you want to pick up any of that Transparent Labs protein, you can use my code down below and save you a little bit of money off your order there. All right, so here's how we're looking with everything stirred up. Now we can just divvy it into our bowls. So I'm gonna go ahead and just ladle some in. All right, and all said and done, when I get them all together, each one came out to about 225 grams. Next, just for fun, I think I'm gonna top them with a little bit of Lily's dark chocolate chips. All right, and here's how you should be looking when you're all done. All you need is put a top on it and put it in the fridge overnight. The macros for this is fairly simple. It's right around 350 calories with a little over 300 grams of protein. So really, really good balanced breakfast. And that is my overnight oats. And the next morning, this is how we're looking. About 12 hours later, everything has really soaked up nicely together. You get a lot of that peanut butter flavor from the protein. The oats are nice and soft. The chocolate chips have like not melted, but really soaked in some of the liquid as well. So they're good and soft. And everything all together makes for a delicious chocolate chip peanut butter overnight oats. All right, next up, we're gonna cook the potatoes. And by potatoes, I mean sweet potatoes and normal potatoes. As you see, I have 6 of them right here. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees, and it's probably gonna take a little while, but I'm gonna cut these into 1-inch-ish size cubes and put them in the bowl. And here's how we're looking all chopped up, an absolutely huge bowl of potatoes. All right, up next, I'm gonna use a couple sprays of this avocado oil to help the potatoes crispen up. And it helps it cook evenly and seasoning to stick and everything like that. So a couple sprays of that. And then when it comes to seasonings, I kind of just go with whatever I can find. I'm gonna use some of the Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute and some of this elote seasoning or elote seasoning, which is Mexican street corn. Just a couple sprays and shakes of that. All right, all nice and seasoned up. Now I'm gonna evenly distribute the potatoes over these 2 pans so that it gets a really nice, even cooking surface. Realistically, I probably could have just used 1 pan, but oh well. Next up, we're gonna put them in the oven at 350, and it's probably gonna take a while, and I'm gonna check it a couple times. So I'll just put up the total time right now, and we'll check in on those in a bit. All right, this is now 1 hour later. Our potatoes are finally done, and they look absolutely insanely delicious. All right, now time for possibly my favorite meat out of all of them tonight, the ground turkey and ground beef. The mixture of them together is really, really nice. I'm just gonna saute them in the pan, brown them in the pan. Let me show you exactly how I do that. All right, so keeping it very, very simple here, I add both the meats into a pan over like medium to high heat. Season with whatever I like. Tonight I'm gonna be using one of my all-time favorites, the wood fire garlic blend from Kinder's, and just cook until it's completely ground up. I really enjoy like smaller pieces, so I chop mine up throughout pretty frequently, but it's super simple. It takes about 5-6 minutes in the pan cooking up, and you're good to go with a ton of meat. And as I go ahead and transfer these onto the meal prep containers, it was originally 2 pounds of meat, and it made about 2 containers full of the mixture. Really, really solid to use to throw in anything, any time of the week. All right, up next, we're moving in some veggies. If you're really lazy, like I am a lot of the time, these steam in bag vegetables come in super handy. I think this takes 5 minutes in the microwave. It's nice, soft, it's cauliflower and broccoli, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this, but I'm also going to make a combination of asparagus and green beans, sauteed in the pan together. Let me show you how I'm gonna do it. Like I said, gonna keep this very simple. I'm literally just going to cut up the asparagus into about the same size that the green beans are, toss them all into a bowl, and season them up. All right, now once you have them all together, very simply, we're just gonna put them all in the pan together. But you want your pan to be on like a medium to low heat because they will burn very quickly if it's too hot. And you probably wanna cook it for anywhere from like 6 to 10 minutes, depending on how hot your pan is. And if your green beans are staying kind of hard, feel free to add a little bit of water in there, and that will increase the steam and make them much softer. And I'm gonna season them in the pan already with just a little bit of salt, pepper, and maybe some garlic powder or something like that, just to add a little more flavor into it. All right, now these turned out absolutely gorgeous, and we can go ahead and put them in our containers now. And just like that, we have some tasty homemade veggies. All right, and our last meat is going to be the chicken we cooked up. We actually have 2 packets of that, and I'm gonna be cooking that in the air fryer. Let me show you how. All right, just like a lot of other things in this video, we're gonna wanna cut these chicken pieces into about 1-inch rough cubes to make more of a nugget type shape. All right, and here's how we're looking all chopped up. And for seasoning tonight, I always like to try something new. I'm gonna try the Kinder's Blend, which is not new, but I'm gonna also put some of the Trader Joe's pizza sprinkling seasoning. Not sure how that's gonna turn out, but I'm gonna give it a try. So I'm just gonna go ahead, coat the chicken in it, toss it around, and then we're ready to start cooking. All right, and once it's all seasoned up, you can go ahead and grab your air fryer, toss the chicken in, and we're gonna air fry this on 380 to 385 for anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, depending on your air fryer, but just make sure that you're checking it, shaking it throughout. Chicken is done. Look at how gorgeous that turned out. All right, you guys ready to see something incredible? Check that out. These are all the recipes that we made tonight. Could not be more ecstatic to start hopping in to eating each and every single one throughout the week. And just so you know how I kind of structure this out, obviously I like to have a carb source, a protein source, and then some sort of vegetable at least twice a day. For my breakfast, more than likely what I'm gonna do is 1 of the overnight oats, 1 of the yogurt, and probably 2 boiled eggs. Maybe not even eat the yolks of the boiled eggs. And then lunch and dinner is completely free for all. So maybe I do like 150 grams of chicken, 200 grams of rice, and 150 grams of the green beans and asparagus. The next day I do a taco bowl with the ground beef, ground turkey, rice, and a little bit of asparagus and green beans on the side. The next day I wanna make a little bowl with some chicken, some of the potato mixture, and some broccoli and cauliflower. There's just so many options that you can combine, mix and match, and yes, you still have to weigh everything out if that's something that you do. If not, then you have a ton of really healthy options right at your disposal that you can eat any time of the week. So for tonight, this is gonna be my dinner. It's gonna consist of some chicken, some of the potatoes, and some green beans and asparagus. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to enjoy dinner after all of this meal prepping. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because next week I'm going to be, instead of cooking everything at home, ordering catering and seeing how that works for meal prep as far as money goes and ease. So that's bound to be a good one. Make sure you become a Suggs subscriber. Press the thumbs up button on this video as well. And sadly, I gotta go, but I'll see you shortly in the next one.